Hi, thanks for clicking on my video. My name is Alejandra Sofia and this is Star Power Alchemy YouTube. I'm tuning in to the weekly astrology from this week of March 11th until March 18th, 2019. And I'm here in Southern Oregon enjoying the coming spring weather and the sunshine. I've got a nice little creek next to me and a little background neighborhood noise and some wonderful, wonderful background bird sounds. Bird songs. So a beautiful place to be in a richly Piscean moment we're all in for this next month, and with the Piscean new moon. Please click on my video that I have in the descriptions below for my Piscean new moon 2019, and check out your sun, moon, and rising sign through the 12 signs, my video series of each sign through March 2019 and the Pisces new moon for more information. And so for this week of March 11th to March 18th, we are finishing up the first quarter moon and then moving on into the second quarter moon. The first quarter moon begins with the new moon and completes with the half moon waxing on the second quarter, which begins on Thursday the 14th of this week. And the first quarter moon is an I descend to embody. So we're descending, we initiated through the sign of Pisces, a very watery realm that we all live inside of and are born into through the earth root. And it is a very deep sign, and embodying into the half moon waxing is happening with a Pisces sun and the moon in Gemini. So that's a really interesting dilemma, because squares have to do with the dilemma, but a breakthrough in the dilemma, because in the square is a growth. We're always growing. That's the thing. We live on Earth. We're in bodies. We're multi-dimensional beings, biological beings, primal beings, having a very earthy experience, almost at the root of the cosmos. And actually, not even almost, it is the root of the cosmos. So we are about growth, and we need to grow, and that is my intention with astrology, is to offer you a tool to navigate your reality emotionally, mentally, psychologically, to embody and make those choices for yourself that are you tapping into the positive stream, the positive you, for your best outcome, for your most optimal outcome. And as I say, as I intend that to share this for you, the viewer, it is what I wish for and intend for myself. This is why I do what I do. So on this journey of claiming our central flame of identity, you know, we're all born with the sun sign. Here we are. Here I am in the glory of the sun right now, this central flame of identity that's reflecting this aspect of me, a very core aspect of me to myself, that every one of us can look up to right now and share, whether day or night, the sun is still beaming. So that sun that's always beaming through us every moment, calling us, central flame of identity. And it's right now that process that we're all in and becoming our best selves. If you're really making those choices, or if you're about to make those choices, or wanting to make those kinds of choices for yourself, which is why I think you are coming to places like this on YouTube for this kind of content that inspires you and empowers you to grow. So, which is why I use YouTube, to inspire myself to grow and change and make the changes absolutely necessary to get out of victim mentality, emotionality, which is welcome to the land of Pisces. All right, and the potions of choices that you get to drink from every day. And what are you choosing to drink from? So the important thing, you know, speaking of drinks, which Pisces loves to do, that's all Pisces is doing, is drinking all day long. Okay, it's choosing to drink from a wellspring inside of you that is feeding you and nourishing you unto yourself. And Pisces needs to grow up. We need to grow up. It is it stays in dire emotional states of non-evolution non-evolution if it needs to mutate in order to grow. That's the thing with Pisces. Pisces needs to mutate in order to grow. It's a mutable sign. And it stays in these emotional child states of self-negation if it's not penetrating its own depths. And so that's this field that we're in right now, this richly, supremely Piscean field right now, with Mercury retrograde in Pisces, went retrograde on the 5th, and is going to be retrograde until the 28th in Pisces, but doesn't actually leave Pisces until April 17th. So we've had Mercury in Pisces since inside of the sign of Pisces since early February and until April 17th. In the midst of this Piscean new moon, and again, it's pretty kind of off the charts new moon, with the Uranus and Taurus going into the sign of Uranus going into the sign of Taurus hours before the new moon. The new moon in Pisces conjunct Neptune in Pisces, and then Mercury went retrograde in Pisces, the very last degree of Pisces, powerful graduating to selfhood degree frequency of 30 degrees. In the sign of Pisces is where Mercury went retrogrades, and you can learn more about that in all my Pisces videos that I have in my video selection. So so this week, now here we are wrapping up the first quarter moon of descending, and how we're going to descend in. What's going to help us with our descending is Gemini, and Gemini is about it is about embracing all these aspects of you. That's the thing. Self is multidimensional. It's multifaceted. And so if there's any places, and let's just say there are lots of places each one of us are in denial of, let's just bottom line that we're all leaving out aspects of ourselves, and for differing reasons, and maybe one primary reason would be just feeling insecure about yourself, and so kind of going along with the flow of whatever everybody else, going along with the flow of what you took on and how you were conditioned to think less of yourself, and you keep buying into it, right? That's what Gemini. Here's the possibility I want to offer you right now. Keep going deep inside of yourself with this Mercury. Okay, Mercury rules Gemini, and we're in the midst of this week of March 11th to March 18th, 2019, to keep cracking your codes, keep cracking your emotional codes. There we go. Keep cracking your emotional codes. And I'm offering you verbiage to help you navigate your reality, to get down deep into these places that isolate themselves and have no language, to find language. Mercury wants to find language for you. Mercury is a linguist. Mercury is a communicator. Mercury utters the words, and is the utterance of word. And so you finding your language, you cracking the code of your own, your own emotionality, where you're where you keep going down the pathways, the emotional pathways of negating yourself, and I'm nodding yourself, and I'm not this, I'm not that, and that negative self-talk that keeps de-energizing you and degenerating you. So the possibility is there for you to choose a regenerative path, and a regenerative path and energizing pathway that is a positive emotional mindset. It's an emotional based mindset. Pisces is emotionally based. It is where you're emotionally basing your reality. And yes, Scorpio and Cancer, the other water signs, do weave into that. But Pisces, in terms of just Pisces, it is the base of our life, the base of our subconscious, what's happening deep inside, and all the choices. Again, remember the potions? All the possibilities for what drinks you're choosing to drink, And are they nutritious? Are they feeding you? Are they energizing you? Those are your emotions. That's your psychological state that you're choosing. So this is about emotional mastery, and getting down into the deeper underpinnings of you to write a new story. That's what Mercury in Pisces, and having the half moon waxing on Thursday in Gemini is write a new story. Take this time to write your story. To write the story from victim to victory, right? From trying to triumph, or from tragedy to triumph, even better. Oh yeah, the tragedy of my childhood, or the tragedy of my life, or the tragedy of the last 50 years, whatever age you're at. It is using the optimal pathway. I'm going to just say it that way. The optimal pathway is write your story. Get clear about your story, and you're finding, because Pisces is in search of, it's missing, it's MIA to itself. Where have you been missing in action to yourself? And then therefore causing depression and causing alcoholism and causing all these syndromes, right? The symptoms of not being in connection to yourself, and then living actually in a world, a culture of, wow, everybody else is disconnected too, and largely, all right? And the majority. So the majority rules. So yeah, in terms of shifting that for yourself, because this is the age of individualism, with that I'm calling it that, the age of individualism, with Uranus moving into the sign of Taurus, is claiming your breath, claiming your very life cord, that gives you a connection to yourself, that inspires you to grow and become in all the areas that you want to become in. There's Gemini. Gemini is a becomer. Gemini is a multifaceted, embracing, it wears many hats. There's so many sides to you. There's so many aspects of you. And what parts of you are you leaving in denial and avoidance? Pisces, right? So all those emotional states of or judgment of things or people, and so this is also a good opportunity to really look at where you do judge the world, where the conversation you're having, the things that you keep saying to other people. Listen to the words you're choosing. Listen to that story you keep telling, and write a new one. Write the empowered story. Visualize the empowered story. Feel the empowered story. That's you. That's you moving into your future. That's you connecting with your future best self and what's possible for you. So that is a track, and that track is, again, it's a moving target. You got to keep landing on that track of your best outcome, of your most optimal outcome, because we're all going to die. We're all going to die. And that's one of the things that Pisces, if it's not reconciled, we're living in this land that, remember the day you found out that death happens? Most of us don't remember the day it happened, but I remember a time when I just remember being scared of that, of everything's gonna die again. And that I speak to this because it's extremely important, because we don't talk about it that much. We don't talk about death. We don't talk about that this experience is a gift. And I know it's getting talked about more and more, but to really embrace that, to really feverishly embrace that, and claim your life and accept reality. That's also empowered Pisces, is to accept and choose the good, nutritious feelings and psychology that is going to support you. It's going to support your life, and it will feed others as well. So with your story of victory, but let's just keep it, this is personal. So Pisces is personal, and it's your private side. It's everything that you're keeping inside of yourself. And so with the second quarter moon of this week, and Mercury retrograde in Pisces, and Mercury rules Gemini, and then the squares, we're going to have the Sun in Pisces on Wednesday. I'm looking down at my calendar, and then just squaring Jupiter, and it's going to sextile Pluto, and it's going to, yeah. So there's three Sun Pisces aspects this week that are really important, and it's Sun sextiling Pluto, Sun square Jupiter Sagittarius, and the Sun in Pisces conjuncting the Mercury in Pisces retrograde, and that's powerful. So I'm going to be filming a separate video for the Mercury Pisces conjunction and why that's so significant. So these three aspects, it's you choosing yourself, your central, the Sun right now in Pisces is helping you search for those lost pieces of yourself, and the way you're going to find them is through claiming, through slicing through that reality and going, enough is enough, okay? Saturn and Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn, enough is enough. I gotta choose this. I keep choosing this victim story. I see it. I'm calling me out on that. There it is. I keep choosing the victim. Oh, there I am again. I'm blaming again. Oh my God, there I am. I'm saying I can't do it, so I'm staying in my sewer, right, in my eddies, in the swamp, because Pisces gets real swampy with pity party emotions, and it's time to let it go, forgive. So that's the deeper aspects of Pisces, is that when you truly, genuinely, with a full heart, forgive all the elements in your life that hurt you, and forgive yourself for hurting other people. Truly, it is a redemptive pathway, and how that helps you to embrace your story and write a new story. And most importantly, with the writing, that's just an avenue to create that line of conversation, Mercury, communication, Mercury, build the synapses, you know, and visualize the future that you want, and become and use that day by day to become what you want to be. And that every day, Saturn and Capricorn, every day, the daily discipline of becoming and choosing an empowered voice and a deeply loving voice. It's a sanctuary voice. It gives you sanctity, because then you now get to truly find refuge in your own self, of becoming to become in accordance with yourself, to have an accord with yourself that is firm and clear, but not throwing you under the bus in such a way where you can't get up. You got to get up. That's the thing. You want to create those kinds of positive self-talk. And be hard on yourself. Be like, wow, I have been lazy. I've been, all the things that I've been totally choosing victim, and I judge victim. So those can be some of the harder places to admit to yourself, and that's just pride. So penetrate your pride and go deep with yourself to claim your ground, and choose those pathways, those life choices daily that are going to support you and empower you in new directions that is optimizing your reality. So with these aspects of the sun in Pisces, sextiling Pluto, squaring Jupiter, and then conjuncting Mercury in Pisces this week, there's a real possibility to find, really claiming your flame of, choose that positive voice, link up with that positive, inwardly supportive voice that is there. And that's all Pisces is doing. It's in search of that voice, and it keeps projecting it onto people and on the world and saying, I should have got that from my parents and I didn't. And that's the thing. Clean it up. Clean up the emotional waters. It happened, it's done, and it's actually good that happened, because there is a redemption again. It's a redemptive story inside of Pisces that you can choose, that each one of us can choose, and we needed those hardships, and we need hardships, period, to really anchor on our heart ship. Okay, I know there's another way I can say that, but you get what I'm putting down. You're picking up what I'm putting down, as Michael Bernard Reverend Beckwith says. You're picking up what I'm putting down. So to really become the captain of your ship, of your heart's ship, and to steer your reality in the way that it is for you to steer your reality, instead of letting life happen to you. So it's you showing up to your life and standing up. So second quarter moon begins on the 14th, and the second quarter moon is I arise to express and meet expression. So you rise to meet what's coming at you. So that's from the 14th until the 20th. That'll be the second quarter moon, and then the second quarter moon ends with the full moon, and the full moon is going to be powerful. I'm just jumping ahead to give a little snapshot that the 20th is when we get our full moon in Libra, and it's also the very beginning of spring. So it's a powerful full moon. Watch for my Libra full moon 2019 spring equinox video. And so this is a very empowering week if you choose it, and it is about choosing it, and it is about getting a deeper glimpse, get an understanding of your story, and write it. So please write. It's going to help you, whatever those tools are that help you. So maybe it is videoing yourself, but getting the time alone that you need to really dive deep and feel into yourself. And because it's also a Pisces, if you let it all come up, it's all, if you just let yourself come into stillness and sink, it's all there. And so it's also allowing yourself to feel the deeper feelings that can be scary, but it's time to move past the fear, because the fear is what's keeping you in your comfort zones. Even though they're uncomfortable, they've become comfortable, and points of identity, essentially, the identity inner infrastructures. So to move beyond them, you got to drop. So Pisces doesn't have a surface. Other signs have a surface. Pisces is surfaceless. So when we're in avoidance of our depths, what happens? All this shit comes to the surface, right? And we don't know it. We just think we're lying to ourselves that everything's fine, or we know what we need to do, but we keep denying ourselves and going down the wrong rivers, going down the wrong streams that are really streams of, again, victimization thought forms. So that's what time it is. It's time to move out of victim and come into an empowered reality, and each one of us has to do it for ourselves. So that is my weekly report for this week of March 11th to March 18th, 2019. Please subscribe to my video. Thank you so much for my 109 subscribers. I'm excited to have met I officially have my 100 subscribers tribe, and now I'm going for the 1,000, my community of YouTubers, the 1,000 subscribers. So, and also if you're interested in readings, please email me at starpoweralchemy@gmail.com. Thanks so much, much love, and I love your comments, so please share.